I had a really, really tough call. Tough in a sense that I felt like I was not able to advise a coach the way that I would have liked to. So much so that it really got under my skin, and it made me really, really think. Now, all that said, it made me think of the following. So, when a team is successful and when winning is practically like circumstance of when preparation, consistency, they all turn into a form of habit, and then you, as a collective, as a group, players, staff, come up with the mentality that you are able to prove that winning is all a part of putting in those step-by-step circumstances in the right place and getting there the right way. But what happens when you hit that brick wall as a staff member and you start to literally have problems in a sense where, technically speaking, I mean, strategy-wise, everything's going fine, but communication starts lacking from your side towards your players. And this becomes very clear because players now, they know how to play through the preparation. They understand what they need to do, and you still might be winning games, but simply put, the level of communication that was there, positively speaking, and how it normally should be continually going on, is no longer happening, or it's starting to break down. What do you do at that point? And today, the call I had with the coach that I was trying to assist, that I was trying to help as somebody that was actually consulting me, or that was asking me for advice and opinion, I literally kind of was stuck in trying to give them this advice. And I only just recently, on a drive over, kind of like began figuring it out. I mean, it's a tough thing when you're in a place where you yourself can't really pinpoint why bad communication is happening, but gradually speaking, you understand that something's wrong, but don't know how to fix it. So if you value the mental aspect of the game the way that I really do, then I will definitely deeply recommend that you reach out to either myself or reach out to Coach Keane, reach out to Simon Turner, reach out to Movement Sports, and try to get assistance for yourself for basically getting better as a professional dealing in sports, and how the mental aspect of the game really is evolving. Even 4, 5, 6 years ago, this side of the game was less open, and I mean, coaches really had to fend off a lot for themselves. I now understand more and more across the entirety of Europe and globally speaking that coaches now are more prone to get help. Obviously, there will be those one-off guys thinking that certain approaches, more stoic ways of trying to deal with things works out for them, but I definitely don't think so. I mean, being constantly that tough love kind of character doesn't really fit into the game of basketball at the modern level. And I mean, even though you might think that I always kind of like deem it more the Balkan way of doing things, kind of like the way Coach coaches in that region try to handle things the more classical way. I don't really see that is constantly going to work, and there has to be more kind of like a safe space environment for both players and coaching staff and club management to be able to guide a system towards or through. That is more going to be the more modern way of how to deal with things. But yeah, in the whole, let's say, 360-degree view of everything involved, I think basketball is moving towards being more of a shared space where people are looking to get help, being helped out, and then moving collectively together towards forming the right kind of preparations, the right kind of steps towards leading to success, and how that gradually can be done in a more formed level of forming habits towards geared success. I hope this was really, really helpful for you all, and I'll look forward to you reaching out to me. If you're a player, a coach, manager, whatever you might be in this game of the basketball that we all love, it's definitely worthwhile talking about these kind of things more and more, and hope it helps all out. It's exactly at that point, I think, when you understand that something's wrong, yet you don't know how to fix it. There are two things you can do. One, the bad thing, obviously, try to sweep it under the rug. Think that it's just not something that you should pay attention to, especially when you're this deep inside the season, and address it when the season is over. That's a bad way of handling it. But the more positive way of how to handle it would potentially be is to, if you recognize that there's something going on that's wrong, ask for help and seek out advice the best way possible. Something I recently had been doing, actually, I mean, it's just a part of my own process anyway, is the fact that even though I'm a skills development coach, I'm a player development guy, I also have a coach myself. I also have mentors that I reach out to either have talks or to address any kind of matters that I personally face myself. And that's the epiphany that I just really did have. I mean, it didn't dawn upon me while I was having the talk, or I wasn't expecting to have that kind of a talk with the coach that I was kind of consulting. But yeah, I mean, all coaches should have coaches. And if you don't have a coach as a coach, then you're not open or susceptible to potentially learning or getting better, really. And that's going to affect how your off-court skills, your skills as somebody trying to continually learning culture or adapting towards a culture of winning becomes better. And yeah, I mean, I think that is very, very vital to take into account. I mean, don't think of this just as some kind of way of mentoring in factors of how winning really is step by step really done, but it's more of a holistic view of how people should see things, especially concerning the game of basketball. I mean, players are smart and coaches are smart people too. The thing is, we always get so stuck up on the technical side of things in terms of set plays, trying to get players to a better place in terms of their technical abilities. Everybody forgets that there's also this mental aspect of the game that we need to address. And I mean, I'll even give a shout out. Coach Alan Keene and Simon Turner. These two individuals, when I initially met them, now even a few years back, they had a major impact on me, to be honest. And what they are doing with Movement Sports. They're based out of England, by the way, out of the United Kingdom. They do amazing jobs in terms of trying to assist coaches out. And I mean, compared to what I do, I mean, what I do is literally kind of like a stone thrown in a kind of like a pond, more or less. They really deal with more meteorite level stuff when it comes to the world of coaching and trying to get coaches to a better aspect of things, mentally speaking. So, I mean, I just wanted to address this. I mean, there are certain times, especially now, as we're kind of like headed deep into playoff mode with regards to certain aspects of where the game is going. The mental side of the game for players and coaches is tremendously important.